So the question was, who was the first HIV positive person I met? And as far as I can recall, it's a really good question. I have moved to San Francisco in 1984. And San Francisco at the time I was 22 years old, and San Francisco was pretty much a war zone. I can remember the Castro being quite vacant, both with people and with the storefronts. And the people that I saw first that were, dying at the time, dying from AIDS, were pretty much people on the streets, in wheelchairs, on walkers, barely making it. And it was really, really shocking to be coming of age during this time and coming to San Francisco at the height or at the beginning and coming into the height of the pandemic. The actual first person that I knew and developed a friendship with was through Shanti Project. And I believe I started, if I can recall correctly, started volunteering with Shanti Project in must have been about 86, 87, when they began to focus on providing services for people with HIV and AIDS. And I started off doing practical support with Shanti before I moved on to doing emotional support. And it was at a house on Castro Street. And I actually remember the address because every time I pass by that house, I just remember, and it brings back a lot of memories. But it was a house set up specifically for people who were, at the time, dying. And there were 6 men living in the house, and I went into the house once a week and cleaned the house. And I remember one person who was well enough for a very short period of time, who I began to talk to, and it was devastating, and it still brings back for me how the pandemic in the early days, people were dying so quickly. I was at the house for probably about a year, and in that time, the people that were living there and coming through and leaving and dying was unbelievable. And it was a lot. Fortunately, I had the support of Shanti Project during that period. So that was the first persons or people that I really knew that were passing from the disease, or from HIV and AIDS, was probably in 86 and 87. And that's it. Thanks.